The scroll stops. Time suspends. The frame of your life freezes mid-motion, as if the director himself just called for a critical pause in the production of your existence. This is not interruption, this is intervention. The kind that changes everything that comes after. You feel it, don't you? That subtle shift in atmospheric pressure, like the air before a storm breaks, or the silence before an orchestra swells. Your fingers hover over the screen. Your breath catches without knowing why. Something larger than algorithm or coincidence has orchestrated this collision between eternity and your present moment. Heaven's production team has been setting up this shot for longer than you realize, adjusting lighting, coordinating timing, positioning you precisely where the revelation can land with maximum impact. This is not your first divine appointment, but it is a continuation, the next scene in a story that began before you were conscious of the plot. The thread I have been weaving through your life is becoming visible now, like invisible ink revealing itself under the right illumination. Every moment that led you here, every restless stirring that made you pick up your device, every inexplicable urge to keep reading when you should be doing something else. It was all carefully choreographed by forces beyond what you can see. Right now, as these words find their way past your eyes and into the deeper chambers of your consciousness, understand this. You are not merely a reader. You are the protagonist stepping into the most pivotal scene of your spiritual narrative. The cameras of heaven are rolling. The script you are about to encounter wasn't written for the masses. It was written specifically for the character you are playing in this cosmic drama. A character who has been wandering between genres, uncertain of their true role, searching for their authentic voice in a production that seemed to have forgotten their lines. I need you to grasp something that will fundamentally alter how you perceive everything that unfolds from this point forward. You are not background talent in the epic of redemption. You are not environmental dressing in someone else's breakthrough story. You are not a body double waiting for the real star to arrive. You are the lead in a narrative so compelling that if angels could weep at screenings, yours would leave them undone. The moment hangs suspended, pregnant with possibility. Your heart knows something your mind hasn't articulated yet. That this message, this continuation, this unfolding is the hinge upon which your entire story pivots. Stay, not out of obligation but out of recognition that some appointments are too sacred to postpone, some words too precisely timed to ignore. You have felt the trembling. The world around you has been shaking like a film set during an earthquake scene, props falling, carefully constructed facades revealing themselves as temporary, things once solid proving themselves movable. You have watched relationships shift like sand, seen circumstances crumble like sets being struck after filming wraps, witnessed dreams slip through your fingers like water through a broken vessel. But here you stand, still breathing, still reaching, still hoping despite the accumulation of reasons not to. Do you understand what that makes you? Not a survivor clinging to wreckage, a character being refined for a role that requires exactly this kind of endurance. The collapsing wasn't destruction, it was demolition, tearing down what was temporary to reveal what is eternal, removing the scaffolding now that the structure beneath is strong enough to stand alone. I have been watching every frame of your hidden footage. Those 3 a.m. scenes that have become too familiar when your ceiling becomes your unwilling conversation partner, and sleep feels like a luxury reserved for people whose minds aren't war zones. The way you lie there in the darkness, rehearsing conversations that will never happen, replaying failures like a director obsessively reviewing tragic footage, torturing yourself with alternate endings to stories already concluded. Those midnight hours when your pillow absorbs confessions you are too exhausted to edit, when you are too tired to perform and can only be the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. I see those morning rituals, the way you apply your functional face like a makeup artist preparing an actor for a difficult scene. The bathroom mirror conversations where you practice confidence you don't possess, where you rehearse being okay, where you give yourself motivational monologues that sound convincing to everyone except the person staring back with knowing eyes. The performance you give as you move through your day, playing the role of someone who has it together while inside you are running lines you have forgotten, improvising through scenes you never rehearsed for. I witness your social media reality, those scrolling sessions that feel less like connection and more like surveillance of other people's highlight reels, while your own story feels like a collection of deleted scenes and outtakes. The comparison trap that makes everyone else's life look like a blockbuster production, while yours feels like a struggling independent film that cannot find distribution. Those moments when you type out your authentic thoughts, your real struggles, then delete everything and post something safe instead, because vulnerability feels too expensive and the audience might not be ready for truth. The relationship cinematography of your life hasn't escaped my attention. Those dinner table scenes where everyone occupies the same frame but exists in different emotional locations, physically present but spiritually filming in separate studios. The family gatherings that feel more like forced ensemble casting than authentic connection. The friendships that require so much acting you are exhausted from the performance, where being real feels like breaking character. The romantic storylines that keep ending before the real plot can develop, leaving you wondering if you are meant to play the lead, or if you have been miscast in your own love story. Your professional struggles play out in vivid detail on heaven's monitors. Those job interview scenes where you wonder if you are even qualified to audition for your own dreams. The corporate meetings where you feel like an extra in someone else's success story, delivering lines that don't advance your personal narrative. The financial montages that remind you that while money doesn't guarantee happiness, its absence certainly seems to rent a significant amount of anxiety. The career crossroads where every path feels like stepping into a genre you are not sure you know how to perform in, where each choice seems to require a skill set you haven't developed. And the spiritual dryness, oh, I see that too. The prayer scenes that feel more like talking to an empty room than conversing with the divine. The worship moments that feel performed rather than authentic, where you are going through religious motions but not feeling spiritual connection. The Bible reading that feels like memorizing lines from a script you don't understand rather than encountering living words. The church services where everyone else seems to be having an experience while you are just enduring a routine. But here is what the cameras of heaven have been capturing that your limited perspective couldn't frame properly. I have been working as your director of photography through every single scene, using even your darkest moments to create the contrast necessary for your breakthrough to shine with blinding brilliance. Every door that closed and broke your heart was me protecting you from a narrative arc that would have ended in tragedy. Every delay that frustrated you was actually precision timing. I was waiting for the perfect moment when all other elements of your destiny would align like actors finally arriving on set. I have been in post-production with all the raw footage of your pain, editing together a testimony so powerful that when it is finally released, it will transform millions. Where you see mistakes and bloopers, I see essential character development. Where you see deleted scenes, I see necessary plot progression that makes the resolution meaningful. Where you see a disaster reel that should be burned, I see the dramatic backstory that makes the victory unforgettable. The pain you have been desperate to edit out of your story is actually the plot twist that makes the triumph resonant. You have questioned your purpose so many times, standing in front of the mirror of your life asking, what is my role in this cosmic production? What does heaven actually want from me? And here is my answer, delivered with the clarity that only comes in pivotal scenes. I want your heart, not your performance. I want your presence, not your perfection. I want you to walk with me, to listen for my direction, to trust my timing even when the script seems to make no sense. Out of that proximity, out of that intimacy, out of that trust, your purpose will emerge as naturally as dawn breaking across a horizon, as organically as a seed becoming a tree. You don't need to manufacture what I have already placed within you. You simply need to stay close enough to me that I can draw it out, like a sculptor revealing the form that was always hidden in the marble, like a photographer developing an image that was captured, but not yet visible. The dreams you carry, some so old they have become heavy, some buried so deep you have almost convinced yourself they are dead. I am breathing on them now. Not all dormant things are deceased. Some are merely planted, waiting for the right season to break through the surface. I am resurrecting what you left for dead. I am reviving what you thought time had killed. I am calling forth life from tombs you have sealed and walked away from. But emergence requires release. The door I am opening into your next season is strategically narrow, not to keep you out, but to keep the wrong things from coming with you. There are habits that must be left behind, like costumes from a role you no longer play. Relationships that served a previous chapter but will sabotage the next. Thought patterns shaped by trauma that will poison the promises I am about to fulfill. Versions of yourself constructed from pain that cannot coexist with the identity I am revealing. You must choose what to carry and what to release. I will not force your hands open. Free will is too sacred a gift to violate even for your own good. But if you will trust me enough to unclench your fists, if you will let go of what you have been gripping out of fear and familiarity, I will fill those empty spaces with something immeasurably better than what you sacrificed. Release the resentment that has been providing false comfort, the bitter satisfaction of feeling justified in your anger. Release the unforgiveness that you have worn like armor, protecting yourself from vulnerability but also from healing. Release the fear that has been directing your decisions, keeping you safe but small, surviving but not thriving. Release the shame that has been your constant companion, the voice that says you are defined by your worst moments rather than my best promises. I am not calling you to a life of constant struggle, to spiritual warfare that leaves you perpetually exhausted. I am calling you to a life of peace, the kind that confounds logic, that doesn't require favorable circumstances to exist, that flows from my presence rather than your circumstances. When storms rage around you, and they will, you will carry a stillness that baffles observers. People will study you like a mystery, asking how can you remain calm when everything is chaos. And your life will testify to my faithfulness without you needing to construct elaborate explanations. This peace isn't earned through performance or purchased through sacrifice. It is given freely to those who draw near, who create sacred space in their schedules, who resist the world's attempt to drown out my voice with distraction and noise. That is why I am calling you now to establish rhythms of connection. Meet me in the early morning before the world makes its demands. In the quiet pauses between obligations, in the deliberate silences you carve out of busy days. The changes ahead will be seismic but not destructive. Do not fear the shifting, fear only the stagnation of staying where you are. Do not fear losing what you thought you needed. Most of what you are clinging to is actually limiting the greater things I want to place in your hands. I am a God of restoration with a plot twist that turns tragedy into testimony, defeat into destiny, mourning into breakthrough. The season you are entering is not survival mode, it is emergence season. You have been hidden like a seed buried in dark soil, refined like gold in furnace, prepared like an actor rehearsing for the performance of a lifetime. Now I am calling you out, not to hide your scars like a shameful secret, but to show my glory through them like light through stained glass. What once brought you shame will become your most powerful testimony. The pain you thought disqualified you from ministry will become your platform of compassion. The wounds the enemy tried to use to silence you will become the very places from which my voice flows most clearly. But understand this as you rise. Not everyone will celebrate your emergence. Some will misunderstand your transformation. Some will doubt your authenticity. Some will question your motives. Some will actively try to pull you back into old patterns they are still trapped in, like crabs in a bucket dragging down any that try to climb out. Do not be shocked by this. Do not be discouraged. This is not evidence that you are failing. It is confirmation that you are advancing. Protect the promise I have placed in your heart. Guard it like a precious seed until it sprouts fully and becomes undeniable. Don't feel pressured to explain everything to everyone. Some revelations are meant to be carried in silence until they mature, until the fruit speaks louder than any explanation could. Not everyone deserves backstage access to what I am developing in you. You will also need new levels of discernment because new relationships are coming, divine connections, and strategic alignments I have been preparing to accelerate your destiny. Some will be mentors assigned to pour wisdom into you, carrying keys to doors you haven't discovered yet. Some will be peers designed to walk beside you, companions for the journey who understand the language of your calling. Some will be those you pour into, carrying my love to them as I have relentlessly carried it to you. But not every open hand is from me. Not every opportunity is divine, and not every connection is strategic. Some are distractions wearing the costume of destiny. Ask me and I will show you with precision who is sent to build you up and who is sent to derail you. I will give you supernatural discernment, the kind that knows beyond logic, that senses beyond appearance, that recognizes spiritual assignment whether benevolent or malicious. That job rejection email you received 6 weeks ago, it was protecting you from a company culture that would have slowly poisoned your peace and eventually destroyed your health. The position I have for you comes with more than just financial increase. It includes a team that will feel like family, work that will feel like worship, and influence that will extend far beyond your job description. Watch for the unexpected contact in the next 3 weeks, a call from a recruiter about a role you didn't apply for, an email from a former colleague about an opportunity they immediately thought of you for, a conversation at a coffee shop that leads somewhere you never imagined. That relationship that ended last year and left you questioning whether love was even real, it was clearing the stage for a love story so authentic. It will restore your faith not just in romance but in divine timing. The person I am bringing into your life has already been through their own refining process. They already know how to love someone who has been wounded because they have learned to receive love through their own wounds. They are being prepared in their own narrative to appreciate the masterpiece I have been sculpting in you. The meeting will feel less like chance and more like recognition, less like beginning and more like reunion. The health issues that have been stealing your peace and energy. Watch how your body begins responding to healing as you release the emotional weight you have been carrying, like an invisible backpack full of stones. That chronic pain in your lower back will start easing as you forgive the person who betrayed you 3 years ago. As you release the burden of bitterness you have been physically carrying. The headaches that have been your constant unwelcome companion will fade as the mental torment loses its grip, as the obsessive thought patterns are replaced with my peace. Your sleep will improve dramatically as anxiety loses its nighttime access to your mind. The financial pressure that has been the antagonist in too many scenes of your story provision is about to flow from multiple unexpected sources. That business idea you shelved because you thought it was too risky. The funding is being arranged right now by people who don't even know your name yet, but are about to become strategic partners. The debt that has been hanging over your head like storm clouds threatening to break, it is about to be cleared through an inheritance you didn't know was coming. A bonus structure you didn't expect. A legal settlement that resolves in your favor when all indicators suggested otherwise. Your spiritual awakening is entering its most dramatic and transformative phase. The gifts I placed in you before birth are about to receive their spotlight moment. People will seek you out for wisdom you didn't study for insights that flow from intimacy rather than education. Your prayers will shift from the language of requesting to the authority of decreeing, from the posture of hoping to the confidence of commanding, from the uncertainty of asking to the assurance of receiving. When you speak, atmospheres will shift like weather responding to barometric pressure changes. When you walk into rooms, people will sense a presence they cannot explain but cannot deny. Some will be drawn to you like moths to flame. Others will be uncomfortable and create distance, not because you have done anything wrong, but because light exposes what darkness has been hiding, and not everyone is ready for that revelation. The courage you will need for what is ahead is not the kind the world teaches through motivational speeches and self-help mantras. This courage doesn't come from pretending you are not afraid or from manufacturing false confidence. It comes from knowing I am with you not as a distant deity watching from heaven's bleachers, but as an intimate presence woven into every moment. My presence is your courage. My spirit is your strength. My word is your weapon. When the lies come, and they will come with convincing arguments, speak truth with authority. When fear rises like floodwaters threatening to overwhelm you, worship your way to higher ground. When doors seem closed and locked and sealed, knock again in faith, because some doors only open to persistent knocking. Some breakthroughs only come to those who refuse to accept no as final. Your prayers are more powerful than you have dared to believe. Each time you have whispered my name in desperation, thinking your words were disappearing into void, angels were mobilized. Each time you prayed in faith, even when you felt absolutely nothing, even when it seemed like ritual rather than relationship, something shifted in the unseen realm. Spiritual geography was altered. Demonic assignments were disrupted. Heaven's resources were deployed. Do not underestimate the authority I have placed in your mouth. Keep praying even when you don't feel like it. Keep interceding even when you don't see immediate results. Keep declaring my promises over your life even when circumstances seem to mock your words. Persistence in prayer isn't about convincing me to act. It is about positioning yourself to receive what I am already releasing. Even now, as you read these words, the atmosphere around you is changing like weather shifting between seasons. You might feel physical warmth spreading through your chest. You might sense a heaviness lifting from your shoulders like a heavy coat being removed. You might experience peace descending like a gentle weight, substantial but not crushing. This is my presence confirming this word, sealing it into your spirit, marking this moment as sacred. You have asked me for miracles, and you will see them, but expand your definition of miraculous. Miracles aren't only spectacular interventions that defy physics and make headlines. They are also the quiet workings of my hand in the mundane details of your daily existence. When you have peace in chaos, that is miraculous. When you forgive what seemed unforgivable, that is miraculous. When you find joy in the middle of loss, that is miraculous. And yes, you will absolutely see the outward signs, as well, doors opening that were bolted shut, provision coming from sources you never considered, physical healings manifesting in your body and in bodies of people you pray for, relationships being restored that seemed permanently severed, opportunities appearing that you are perfectly positioned to step into. But don't chase the signs while ignoring the source. Chase me, pursue intimacy. The signs will follow as naturally as effects follow causes. I am calling you to deeper intimacy, not just mountaintop moments of inspiration, but a lifestyle of abiding, of remaining connected like a branch to a vine. Invite me into the ordinary and mundane. Your work commute, your grocery shopping, your exercise routine, your creative hobbies, your meal preparation, your conversations with strangers. Let my spirit saturate everything, not just the segments you label spiritual or religious. When you wake, speak my name before you check your phone. When you work, lean on my wisdom rather than just your experience. When you rest, rest in my presence rather than just physical cessation of activity. This isn't about religious ritual that becomes another obligation. It is about relationship that transforms every moment into sacred space. You are stepping into a season of comprehensive restoration. What was stolen through deception will be returned with interest. What was broken through trauma will be rebuilt stronger than the original. What was barren through disappointment will bear fruit so abundant, you will need help harvesting it. This restoration will not be a mere copy of what you lost. I don't do replicas. It will be a new thing, better and richer and deeper than what existed before. I am not just bringing you back to where you were, returning you to previous levels. I am taking you beyond your highest expectations, beyond your most ambitious dreams, beyond what you thought possible. You will look back on this season of struggle, and with tears of gratitude rather than bitterness, say it was worth it. Not because the pain was good or deserved, but because the outcome is so glorious that it redeems even the darkest chapters. I know you have fears about the future. You see global instability and wonder if you can weather what is coming. You see personal uncertainty and question whether you have what it takes to navigate unknown territory. But your future is not a question mark generating anxiety. It is a promise generating hope. I have already been to your tomorrow. I hold your next year as securely as I hold this present moment. Trust me even when you cannot see the path ahead, when the fog is too thick to reveal the next step. I am guiding your steps with GPS-level precision even when you feel lost. Even when you cannot feel my hand physically holding yours, I am sustaining you with strength. You don't recognize as mine because it has become so integrated with your being. Even when everything seems uncertain and unstable, I remain your certainty, your solid ground, your unshakable foundation. I am also calling you to boldness that stands out in a world that increasingly rewards blending in. The world desperately needs the light I have placed in you. Don't hide it under false humility. Don't dim it to make insecure people comfortable. Don't apologize for the anointing I have placed on your life as if it is something to be embarrassed about. Be genuinely humble, knowing that everything you have comes from me, but don't be silent about what I am doing. Speak truth in love, even when truth is unpopular. Live with integrity, even when compromise would be more convenient. Walk in compassion, even toward those who oppose you. Let your life be a living testimony that I am still alive, still moving, still saving, still healing, still transforming, still doing the impossible. And understand this clearly: I am not just speaking to you for your own benefit. I am raising you as a pillar for others, as a lighthouse for those still navigating storms. There are people whose breakthrough depends on your obedience. There are lives that will be transformed because you chose to believe when doubt was easier, to surrender when control felt safer, to step forward when staying put was more comfortable. You may not see them yet, these people waiting on the other side of your yes to me, but they are there. Your decision to trust me will create ripples that become waves, affecting people and situations you will never know about until eternity reveals the full story. Your yes to me will echo far beyond your personal narrative. So now, beloved child, lift your eyes from these words. Feel my gaze upon you, steady and unshaken and overflowing with love that asks nothing in return. I am not angry with you. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of you, proud of your endurance through seasons that would have destroyed others. Proud of your courage to keep reaching for me even when I felt distant. Proud of your heart that still hopes despite accumulating reasons to quit. The cameras are still rolling. This is not the end of the message, this is the unfolding of your new beginning. As you read, angels are moving into position. As you believe, chains are breaking that have held you for years. As you surrender, heaven is opening storehouse doors that have been sealed until this appointed time. Take your mark. The breakthrough scene is about to begin. Your story is about to shift into its most compelling chapter. The world needs what I am about to do through you, action.